In this video, you're going to watch Stephen Miller try to hide his racism and bigotry towards brown people behind a patriotic economic message. It's also a lie.
I believe, based on what I've seen and what I've heard, is that we could balance the federal budget if the only dollars that went out of the Treasury went to individuals who are properly, lawfully, correctly eligible to receive them. And that ultimately is going to be what we have to do as a country. In the meantime, because of the vice president's leadership, you are seeing the most muscular, robust, aggressive, dedicated, determined, and speedy effort to shut down criminal fraud that has not only ever occurred in the history of this country, but in any developed nation.
Is it a thick and veiny response to federal fraud on behalf of illegal immigrants? Something you don't really actually have a number for? We do have numbers for other things, so let's take a look at those numbers. Federal revenue that is estimated to have been spent or is spent on undocumented immigrants ranges, depending on who you ask, from $66 billion a year to $150 billion a year to $177 billion a year. Let's take the high number. Let's call it $180 billion. Okay? You then have to take into consideration how much those same undocumented immigrants contribute federally, which is about $60 billion. So if you're talking about $180 billion being spent on undocumented immigrants annually, yet they contribute $60 billion, so $120 billion you're talking about now, right? Can we all agree on those numbers? Okay. For 2026, our federal deficit is $1.9 to $2 trillion. 1.9 to $2 trillion. This is Donald Trump's annual deficit for 2026 with the economy that the Republicans have been running for the past several years, $1.9 to $2 trillion. So Stephen Miller is trying to tell you that we need to cut off brown people that are in this country illegally because that $120 billion could balance the federal budget, which you'd have to eliminate that $1.9 to $2 trillion in order to do that. To have a balanced budget, you'd have to get rid of that deficit, $2 trillion. 120 billion, $2 trillion. I don't know if this administration doesn't know how to do math or if they just know that you don't know how to do math. That you're going to hear Stephen Miller say, if we just cut off every federal dollar that went to an undocumented immigrant in this country, got him out of this country, we could balance the budget. Not even fucking close. It would literally be like pissing in the ocean.